Morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and you are watching Maker Mornings with Meg. Today's episode includes a really fun new suite of supplies that feature coffee. So if you're a coffee lover like me, or you know someone who loves coffee, which is like everyone, then you're gonna love this stamp set. So let me show it to you. It is Latte Love, and it has some really cute greetings. Hello there, let's catch up. This one's on me, you're the best part of my day. So if you're giving Starbucks gift cards, like this one's on me is pretty much the perfect greeting for you. But the stamp set itself, hey Becky, includes the fun cup here, and then all the sweet little latte things that you can pop into the top of it for like fancy drinks and so forth. So you could also use the cup. You could do tea, you could do cocoa, you could do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be. And then there's a little spoon and some coffee beans and so forth. The real powerhouse of this sweet collection is the die set that coordinates and the designer series paper, which is darling. So we're going to use all of them today, and I'm going to give you some paper piecing tips because you can build your own little cute French press with this, and it's really not hard. It comes together pretty quickly, and you guys know I'm not really a fussy stamper. I'm willing to put a little time in for something special, but I don't like things that are like super like endless pieces or things like that. So if I like this one, you guys know you'll like it too. And then I have a whole mess of extra cards to share with you at the end. So with that, hey Sue, make sure you say hi if you're joining us today. It's always nice to just have that fun community. And we're going to get started with stamping. So let me pop this off here. There we go. All right. So like I said, the paper is darling. This was just released earlier this month by Stampin' Up! In the online exclusive. So you want to check the link for online exclusives there in the video description so you can look at getting access to all of those fun things. And there are a number of different patterns in here. I've used some of them, like this one I think I'm almost out of. I guess it's the back of that one. So I've used a lot of these. This paper is probably my favorite. It gives you the chance to use, use that die, which I actually have pulled out already, to use this die to cut out any of the little mugs that you want. So you could fussy cut these. They're round and really easy. Hey Kelly, happy pre-Friday. Hey Nikki. So you could use these easily that way, but if you want to use the die, then you can go ahead and do that. The die set also includes a mug and a coffee carafe, and the French press. We're going to use these little coffee decorations. But if you want to use the paper to cut out these mugs, these you can fussy cut very easily also. Nice, easy roundy shapes. So that is good. And you'll notice that I've been cutting out a lot of these mugs, but I've saved these edge pieces. I highly recommend saving this kind of piece. It looks like, oh, those are just partial images. Maybe they're trash, but they're not. So a lot of times if I was doing a card, here we'll use the back of this one as an example, I might cut out these partial images, and then I would mount them on my cardstock, kind of like this around the edge. In fact, this is a really cute card layout. You could put like a white layer here and then just have these partial coffees on the edges of your card. So don't waste or don't look at these as waste, these edge pieces. They're really outstanding tools too. All right, this is not going back in the plastic, so we'll just set this aside for later. Okay, now with that, let's go ahead and pull out some supplies here to get stamping. I have a piece of early espresso cardstock. Espresso matches our coffee. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a narrow Z fold. I shared one of these with you the other day with our pets set, which is not like super handy right now. So I'll show that to you later. Those are the March monthly tutorials, but this card features kind of the same layout, just with a very different stamp set. So you're going to take your cardstock. It's 5.5 by 8.5, fold in half. So scoring at 5.5. And then this score line right here on the front, is 1¼ inches from the edge. So really simple. And this is gonna make our narrow Z-fold card, which is one of my new favorites. So thanks to Mary Ellen Stites for turning me on to this card size. So let's go ahead and pull. Mary Ellen is one of the Loven Samples demonstrator. She's fabulous. She just presented actually in Houston at the Stampin' Up Onstage event, which is like our big annual convention. So kudos for that. So I have 2 strips here of the paper. This is 1 inch wide, and she did an amazing job, of course. But Mary Ellen just introduced this card layout to me at our last team meeting, which was just recently, and that was virtual. And I just got like so excited about it that I decided that I had to make more of this particular narrow layout with this scoring. So hey, Margie. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add 2 more pieces of designer series paper. So this is one of those card layouts where you want to mix and match and use all the fabulous things at your fingertips. And so I'm going to go ahead and add glue to the back of this one, and I'm going to put this piece here on the front. And I think these are, yes, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So while the strips that are on the on that panel piece there go all the way to the top, these pieces are going to have that border on the edge. So it's kind of a nice contrast. All right. And then this piece here is going to give us a really fantastic background for our paper piecing. So we'll get that going here in a second. And then I have some stamping to do too. You're going to love the way this mug stamp works. So let's do that part now. To go along with our pieces here, I have the Lost Lagoon ink and the Pecan Pie ink and a piece of white cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4 again. So we're going to use this fun mug image here, and I'm going to ink it in Lost Lagoon, and which is one of the colors that came back when we got our new catalog in May. And actually that's my reminder to just point out that the retiring lists have come out, so you can visit my blog for access to those, and go ahead and make sure you're not going to miss out on any of your favorites because they're retiring. And then on April 9th, there are some discounts that'll start for some of those things. Now this part is like my favorite. This little tiny bit here really like highlights this mug and makes it pretty much, oh, I missed stamping the bottom of that. There you go. Pretty much like adds that little coffee in there. Isn't it fun how it creates the second rim of the cup just by putting that in there? I think it's really clever stamp design. So anyway, all right, then actually while we're stamping, I think we're gonna go ahead and stamp our greeting too. And I have a piece of petal pink cardstock here because this matches our card so nicely. And I'm gonna use Pecan Pie again. And the stamp I want for this one is this Hello There, Let's Catch Up, which is a really fun greeting. It actually makes me think like there should be a Hello There, Let's Catch Up stamps that it has like burgers and ketchup and fries and stuff. Wouldn't that be kind of a fun one? It's always fun to kind of like dream up different card or different stamp set designs, right? So, all right, so we're gonna stamp this a little bit towards the top there. So we have our Hello There. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give this a trim because I don't need the whole piece. And over here, I'm going to put a little fishtail, just like so. All right, there we go. Okay, so now we have our little greeting piece. Let's get rid of our ink before we drop anything in it. Does anybody else have that problem? Here, open ink pads are like a recipe for bad things to happen. All right. Oh, okay. I said we were gonna work on our paper piecing next, so we'll get going on that. And we've got our open ink pads put away. And let's turn that. Okay. All right. So this is where we're going to put our paper piecing. And we're going to use this French press piece here. there is this little block here, which is the coffee that's going to go inside the carafe part of the French press, which is that shape. And then we're going to use these little coffee cups as accents, and then of course this fun spoon. So let's pull those, and I have die cut them for you ahead of time. So here is the die cut French press. This is from the holographic trio paper, which is actually in the astronaut suite. And so you might have kind of overlooked this paper, but it is really pretty. And there are two different varieties of sort of silver holographic paper in there that work really well for something like this. And then this is vellum. And for whatever mystery reason, nobody really understands, the new Stampin' Up! Catalog does not include vellum. So when that comes out on May 1st, we won't have this anymore. So if you are a vellum fan, or you think like, oh, I've been meaning to try vellum, right now is the time to get that, because I am pretty certain that it is going to fly away because everyone is desperate to have it for techniques and so forth. So make sure the supply link is in the video description, and you can go directly to the online shopping for checking that out. So, all right, first step, I'm going to take my coffee block and I'm popping it here onto my vellum, okay? It has like a little, I'm sure if we can focus here, interesting. Doesn't really want to focus very well. But right here at the top is a little oval kind of die cut piece that makes that the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue here. If you can see it, it's enough. Remember, with the green multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're going to go ahead and pop that just on those two pieces right there. So it gives me lots of places to still hold on to. And I'm going to put this here onto our little sort of glass piece there. All right, so you can kind of see how that works. The little pour spout is right here, and it lines up right here at the left and the right, so that sort of is the perfect holder. Isn't that cute? I know, I love it too. All right, so then we're gonna take a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. We'll put one there hidden behind the coffee and one up here that helps to further hold those two pieces together. And hey, Joan, good morning in Washington. You West Coasters are up early, so I'm glad you could join us. And then we're gonna pop this here onto our layer. So I love the way this paper is fun and part of the theme, but it doesn't super overpower our die cut paper pieced parts here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of these little coffee cups on. And you know what, we've already got dimensionals on our carafe on our French press, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put dimensionals on these two. So I'm gonna stagger. I think I want the handle one up at the top. There are two different direction cups in this set, which is kind of a fun extra design, and I'm gonna turn them a little bit like that. So we have our two handles pointed two different directions. And then we have this very cute, also cut from the holographic paper, die cut spoon. And I'm gonna pop this one over here to just add to our mug and sort of repeat that, holographic paper. So remember, we like to repeat elements in our cards. So we have our Lost Lagoon here on our paper and our ink. We have our early espresso here. We have our lighter pecan matching our paper. And now we need a front focal point for our card. And this is where our greeting is going to come in, as well as the cup here. And let's see, I don't have one die cut already, so we'll pull this piece here. And I'm going to pop this on. I like to keep washi tape handy to just stick down to my pieces. And let's see, I'm gonna switch you guys here so that I can use my die cut machine and still say hi. So we're gonna pop this on here. I just slid. Okay, this washi tape is well loved and not very sticky anymore. So let's go ahead and put another piece of washi tape on there. There we go. She'll actually hold it in place. And then go ahead and run this through. I don't know about you guys, but I recently got a silicone mat to put under my die cut machine, and I love it. It just keeps my die cut machine from wobbling quite so much. So, all right, so now we've got our cute little mug, and we'll go ahead and pop this onto our front here. So it's got a little heart in there. Now, I recommend sort of putting the pieces together before you attach anything. And we have two embellishments to add to our card here. So one is the polka dot trim. This one is it's like the hemp trim we've had before, or jute trim. I don't know. It's pretty stiff. It would work for tying like little knots, but maybe not tying a lot of bows. But it is really fun as like just a sort of a line trim. So we're going to use it for that. And a little bit goes a long way. It is on low inventory, so if this is something that you see yourself using very soon, I would go ahead and not wait on it. And we're going to attach it to our card, but it's very porous ribbon. So I don't want to put glue on the back because it's just going to sticky through. And something like snail, I think, won't actually hold super well. So we're going to go ahead and use tear tape. And the easiest way to do this, I think, is to pop the tear tape right here on our card and tear the end, okay? I love that you don't have to use scissors for this stuff. You just rip it with your fingers. It's really easy to rip. The harder you push it down, the easier it is to get the backing off. Hey, Elaine. Elaine says the dyes in this sweet are fabulous. I totally agree. And then we're just gonna take our ribbon and pop this across here, just like that, okay? So we have a fun little jaunty ribbon. And now when we put our card together on here, we're gonna have that ribbon peek across. Now, the easiest way, I think, to make sure that you don't overlap your adhesive, because you want this flap to open and you don't wanna seal your card shut. The easiest way to do this is go ahead and just put a string of dimensionals on here. Make sure they're gonna cover, which they are, no problem. And then I'm gonna peel the backings off so that we can go ahead and pop this on here. All right, I'm gonna try and keep my banner kind of straight. And I love when this overlaps this edge of the card here, because that way when you open it, you have this connection to what's going on here. And actually maybe too much connection because it's covering up my handle. So watch this, that's an easy fix. I'm going to trim this. There we go. And now it doesn't cover up the handle the same way. So, all right, fixed. Now, we still have one thing to add to this, and I cannot say enough fun things about these little tiny adhesive dots. So they are called adhesive backed swirl dots. You can't get them right now, so keep them on your list for shopping or for getting in April when they come back to the store. So just keeping them on your mind. So if you go to look for the Latte Love Sweet collection, it's going to say unorderable. And that's because these guys are out of stock right now. But all the other pieces, the trim, the designer series papers, the other things are all available. And so you just want to order those separately. The only discount comes from ordering the dies and the stamps together. That's the bundle discount. And you get that either way, Sweet Collection or just to order the bundle. So you're not missing out on anything. All right, but we're going to use them on this card because they're too cute not to. And I think I'm going to use these, actually I'm going to go with the chocolate ones. So what I'm going to do is put two of them on here, and I like to connect the front of our card to the back of our card. So I'm going to do two, and I'm going to pop them on like this. So now we have one on our front layer and one on the inside. So when you open your card, it's kind of like those two lines or two dots are still connected, but they pull all those fun elements in between into the card. Super cute, right? Ta-da! I know, this narrow Z-fold is just too delightful. It's just too delightful. So many fun things. So here is another one using a different mug piece, and then this one I used the vanilla dots from there. But either way, this is such a fun and a really relatively simple card to put together. It has a lot of die cutting pieces, but that's not difficult now that you know the secrets. And it has just this fun element of surprise here with the way it opens. And you guys saw there's no fussy cutting of like paper or weird like measurements or anything like that. All you're gonna do to make this narrow Z-fold is score in the middle at 5.5 and score on the front at 1 1/4. And then it's a matter of putting all those cardstock pieces together and DSP strips and so forth, which you know you want to do because, I mean, all of the beautiful coordinating patterns in a DSP package are you know what jump out at us. Hello in the Netherlands. Okay, so I was really happy to see you guys this morning for Maker Mornings with Meg. And I'm not changing Maker Mornings with Meg at all. We're still going to meet on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, but I'm adding a bonus Make Our Mornings with Meg episode that is a collaboration with my friend Lindsay at Inky Thumbs. And she records and publishes the Why Did I Buy This series, which you may have seen on Facebook or YouTube. And I'm losing my voice. But we are starting the Why Did I Buy This Maker Club. And so this is something that I'm inviting you guys to join me for, join us for. We have a great community started of folks already. And basically it's a monthly subscription. And for your monthly subscription, you'll get an exclusive maker box, which includes product share selections each month, which I know are a super hot thing because this last time we had so many people excited about product share. So this is like a mini product share in the mail each month. And then we'll also have a Why Did I Buy This Maker Club collaboration episode that will be a virtual live thing that you can zoom into, or you can watch later as a recording. But if you're subscribed as part of the Maker Club, then you'll have the chance to kind of gather and ask questions, and just a fun chance to have an extra stamping community. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can visit my website. Under Join the Club, there's a tab that says Maker Club. You can look at that. There's a link in the video description, and you can check that out. But ask me any questions you have. The first subscription month will be April. So right now is the time to get signed up for that. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a really fun collaboration. We are, just really excited about the possibilities and working on the first maker box already. So anyway, hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far at this early morning, depending on where you're watching from, or afternoon if you're watching from the Netherlands. We are headed into the weekend, so happy pre-Friday to everyone. And if you have some time this weekend, pull out some things, do some crafting, try the narrow Z-fold card. I swear it's kind of it's a card you'll want to make over and over again. So definitely check that one out, give it a try. And of course, if you haven't checked the retiring or the last chance product lists, you're going to want to check those. Links are on my website for that at lovenstamps.com. And you're especially going to want to take care. Oh, I have extra cards to show. I forgot. I promised them to you. Okay, hold on and I'll get to those. You're definitely going to want to check out the retiring in colors because those are things that tend to go quickly. And let me show them to you in case you hadn't realized which ones they are. So these are the set that are retiring now. So here they are, but I'll do it this way. So these are the retiring colors. We have Sweet Sorbet, we have Tahitian Tide, we have Orchid Oasis, we have Parakeet Party, and Starry Sky. So if these are ones that you've just recently fallen in love with, you haven't gotten all the cardstock or reinkers or things that you need, they are while supplies last now because the lists have come out. So don't hesitate to grab these. You can also use the link in the video description to shop, and you can add the hostess code for the Loven Stamps hostess code, which will get you qualified for Loven Stamps Perks points and so forth. So more about that if you have questions, just ask. Okay, the cards. So these are the extra coffee cards that I promised to share with you. These are some swap cards made by some very talented demonstrators. This one is by Kathy Parlitzis, and she used actually kind of a similar idea. So instead of having the card fold back with this last 1 1/4 inch, she actually scored this 1 1/4 inch and then folded it in. So some people leave this as a pocket here that you could use for gift cards. So in that case, what I would do is I would go ahead and put adhesive at the top and the bottom and then leave the middle open. And then you could stick your Starbucks card in here, and then you would have the perfect card for this one's on me. So let me look here and see where she scored this really fast. So she scored it at, 3 inches. So basically she scored on her regular card at 3 inches, and then at 3 inches from one side and at 1 1/4 inches from the other side. That makes sense. Adds up to 4 1/4. All right. So very fun card. And she used the ribbon here kind of the same way we did. And then our next card is by Joyce Rocco, and she did a 3x4 card here. So this is our 3x4 panel, and then added an extra embellishment here in the front and the little layer behind. And I love she used the dots there too. So, and you can see the ribbon works really nicely here as like a crossover kind of bow when you're not trying to do too much detail on the folding or whatnot. Okay, this card is by Leanne Greff, and she used one of those mugs from the designer series paper. So this is cut out. And actually, this is another online exclusive stamp set. I don't remember the name of it, but it is an outstanding one with greetings and possibilities. And this is 2 different stamps. So the inside that's Last Lagoon and the outside that's the espresso. Those are 2 different images that you stamp together or stamp on top of each other. And then this is that fun peacock trim, which is actually really gorgeous here with this. I kind of love this. I don't know if I have this trim. Might need to get it. So anyway, a fun card idea there. And then our last one is by Karen Titus. And Karen did just a really nice, simple card with this piece here. So basically what you would do is you would cut this to, this must be 4 inches by 5¼ inches, this rectangle of paper. And then you just do a little slash across there. And that gives you 2 different pieces. So you'd use them for 2 different cards. And then she added a strip of cardstock here to sort of reinforce. You know how we talk so much about repeating elements? So having the second strip that's saying angle on there reinforces that diagonal element. So I love that design there. And she used 3 dots. You guys know I'm all about using 3. And then I love this accent here for the cup. This is the kind of card that you could do for all kinds of stamps or combinations. You just use the same layout again. The other thing is that this is really easy, this strip, to do. Don't worry about cutting the angles or anything like that. Basically do your stamping, glue your paper down, and then trim to match the designer series paper. That way you don't have to fuss with exactly what this angle is or anything like that. So very fun. So lots of great ideas for using the Latte Love stamp set and coordinating dies. All right, so I think that's what I've got for you guys on this happy pre-Friday, and I will be back next week on Tuesday with another project for you, and then again on Thursday, and so on and so forth. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, love, share, subscribe, all the things, so that you get notified when I do more videos. And if you aren't signed up for my newsletter, you can go to my website, lovenstamps.com. and click to sign up for my newsletter. It's in the sidebars of blog posts and stuff like that. So you can do that, and then notified about specials and sales and extra tutorials, which I'll be sending today. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will look forward to seeing you next week for more Maker Mornings with Meg. Happy stamping, everyone.